Besides being considered two of the strongest wrestlers ever to face each other in WWE rings, Brock Lesnar and Bill Goldberg are two famous athletes who have amassed great fortunes throughout their careers. Today they are so rich that, if they wanted to, they could have retired, but have you ever wondered which of them has the most luxurious life? In today's video, you'll see a heated battle between Brock Lesnar and Bill Goldberg. When it comes to good places to live, both fighters invest large sums of money. But who lives in the most valuable property? Brock Lesnar's most expensive property is his current mansion, which is located in Saskatchewan, Canada. And although information on the location is very limited, it is known that he lives on a ranch, purchased for $2.1 million. Meanwhile, Bill lives with his family on an incredible 150-acre ranch, which is situated in the town of Boerne, Texas. Taking a look at old photos of the mansion, you can see that it has a very welcoming classic design, which has probably undergone some updating since it was acquired by the fighter. In total, the main property has more than 9,900 square feet of space and appears to have cozy areas to relax in, such as the living room with a stone fireplace adorned with plaster work. In addition to this, the house has at least 3 more family rooms to gather in throughout its large structure. The kitchen also draws a lot of attention, with a beautiful period chandelier, counters for casual meals, and even a dining area next to another fireplace. The mansion is believed to have a total of 4 bedrooms, each of which overlooks the garden. The master suite, for example, has wooden beams on the ceiling and features a small private sitting area and doors that open onto the outside. The suite also has its own bathroom that exudes elegance, as can be seen in the sophisticated dressing table, the bathtub aligned with a chandelier in the center, or other architectural details. The place also has seating areas near windows that display spectacular views, as well as a large wine cellar, 6 bathrooms, a social area with a casual bar and a games and entertainment room, where there is another bar for get-togethers, and a media room with another fireplace. Outside, he has incredible landscaped grounds with natural beauty, exotic animals, and spaces to do whatever he likes, such as practicing with his firearms collection. There is also a beautiful lake on the property, as well as a leisure patio with a large swimming pool for when the fighter wants to rest from his work routine, which includes a separate spa area. There's also a shaded area with an outdoor kitchen with wooden cabinets, ideal for Goldberg to hold outdoor parties by the pool. In addition to all of this, one of the most famous parts of this property is undoubtedly the garage that the fighter built over 3 years to store his machinery, with himself taking an active part in the construction work. It's a 15,000 square foot custom-built megastructure that is often seen on Goldberg's YouTube channel. The large modern garage is surrounded by an asphalt driveway and has places for natural landscaping, which he says were pulled up by his cows. And to build this mega garage, the wrestler spared no expense. To give you an idea, Goldberg strategically placed 16 doors every 1.5 meters in order to exit from various sides of the megastructure when he needs to with any type of vehicle. The wrestler's garage also has its own car wash. Going inside, you can see that the place has ample open space to house the vehicles and, of course, move around without difficulty. The place is also well lit by sunlight during the day, but it also has LED lights on the ceiling to brighten areas where natural light doesn't reach as intensely. The garage also has an area with cupboards where the fighter stores tools, as well as large equipment such as elevators, so that he can have his vehicles serviced directly on site. But this megastructure isn't just for housing the fighter's cars. That's because, in order to maintain his athletic physique, he decided to build his gym on the top level, with all the equipment he needs. The place is used by him and his family and has 2,900 square feet of interior space. And he also showed a recreation space and a kitchen area, which had not yet been finalized in the project. And just like the part where the vehicles are kept, the gym is also open, something that Goldberg himself highlights as a quality for him. The price of building this incredible garage has not been disclosed, nor has the cost of the property. And although some real estate websites value the property at $3.7 million, surely with all the upgrades Goldberg has made, this place is worth much more than that. And for owning the more luxurious property, Bill Goldberg wins this round. Point for him. Both athletes usually travel by private aircraft, but who spends the most money on air travel? Starting with Bill Goldberg. He has landed, for example, in what appears to be a Douglas DC-3, a twin-engine, low-wing aircraft developed by the Douglas Aircraft Company in the 1930s. In its original configuration, This aircraft can carry up to 32 people in comfort, having been adapted for military use during the Second World War. And this plane can be purchased for up to $700,000. Meanwhile, one of the planes on which Lesnar was seen, Gulfstream G4, a high-performance twin-engine business jet with a medium size and intercontinental range. The vehicle can comfortably carry 20 passengers. The aircraft is one of the most modern models on the market today for private use, which certainly influenced the mega-famous rapper's choice to purchase it. With a range of almost 7,000 kilometers, the vehicle can travel long distances without having to stop for fuel. And to travel in a jet like this, you have to shell out around $7,200 for each hour of flight, while a new model costs around $4.5 million. Although it is not known whether this Gulfstream belongs to the wrestler, when he was in the WWE, it was reported that Brock Lesnar bought a private jet and the company maintained it. If Lesnar does have a jet, he wins this round. Both fighters are constantly spotted with imposing vehicles, but who owns the most impressive cars? Like other big names in the WWE, Lesnar is also passionate about motorcycles, although in 2004 he had a terrible accident when he crashed into a minivan, leaving one of his bikes in pieces. When it comes to cars, it is speculated that he has, for example, a 1978 Dodge Power Wagon, a vehicle originally developed for military use in the Second World War, which stands out for its robust appearance and reliability. And the price of this car is difficult to determine, but it is estimated that the fighter's model is valued at around $26,000. Another car in his collection is a Chevrolet Suburban, a versatile, robust, and spacious SUV designed to accommodate a large family. To have this large vehicle in your garage, you need to shell out around $62,000. Going up in price, he supposedly has a Jeep Wrangler, a robust vehicle equipped with a hybrid engine. And although I don't know if Brock Lesnar actually owns this car, to get an idea of the price, it's estimated to cost around $75,000. Another car he appears to own is a Dodge Ram 1500 TRX, one of the most powerful pickup trucks on the market, which has a sportier design and boasts excellent off-road capabilities. This machine is equipped with a V8 engine, capable of delivering more than 700 horsepower. And it's no wonder that the price of this vehicle is around $85,000. For more sophisticated rides, it is speculated that he has a Cadillac Escalade, an elegant and fast car that has 7 seats and offers plenty of comfort for its passengers during journeys. And to own a car like the fighter's, you have to shell out around $88,000. Bill does, though, a YouTube channel called Goldberg Garage, where he is always seen with vehicles of various models. Among the cars that Bill Goldberg currently has in his garage are 1946 Willys Jeep CJ2A, the first civilian sports utility vehicle in history, valued at $15,000. 2018 Dodge Challenger, a modern machine valued at $40,000. 1959 Chevrolet Biscayne, a classic car costing around $41,000. 1967 Mercury M Series, considered a very rare pickup truck that cost around $50,000. 1970 Chevrolet Camaro Z/28, a vehicle that has undergone a long period of restoration, valued at $50,000. 1963 Dodge 330 Factory, another rare vehicle that cost an incredible $62,000. 1970 Dodge Coronet R/T, a car that can be purchased for around $66,000. 2020 Dodge Daytona SRT Hellcat, a limited edition car with a V8 Hemi supercharged engine that accelerates from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.6 seconds, which is valued at $78,000. 1969 Dodge Charger R/T 4-Speed, one of the favorites in his collection, which he points out was his first 4-speed car, priced at $84,000. 2021 Ram TRX First Edition, one of the most modern vehicles in the collection, costing $90,000. 1969 Ram Air 3 Trans Am, an elegant car costing $104,000. 1970 Ford Mustang Super Boss 429 Lawman, a beautiful blue-colored special edition vehicle with a supercharged 1,000 horsepower engine acquired at an auction for $132,000. 2019 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon, a muscle car that costs over $140,000. 1965 Shelby Cobra, a super performance car equipped with a NASCAR engine, which costs around $150,000. and 1973 Super Duty Trans Am, a high-efficiency vehicle that can cost more than $160,000. Going up in price, the wrestler has a 1968 Plymouth 440 GTX, one of the first convertibles Goldberg bought, which has been restored in recent years to meet his requirements. And because it's an extremely rare car, it's speculated that it could cost up to $180,000. He also has a 1969 Dodge Daytona, a revolutionary vehicle that costs $187,000, as well as a 1992 Porsche Turbo 911, a timeless machine valued at $194,000. On his social networks, Goldberg has also shown off a few other vehicles he owns, such as a 1967 Shelby GT500 worth $200,000. And these are just a few of the vehicles he owns, as his garage contains several other cars. In other words, Bill Goldberg wins this round. Point for him. The two WWE stars have lived in many places throughout their careers, but which one has had the most expensive real estate? Starting with Brock Lesnar. He once owned, for example, a charming 43-acre country estate in Independence, Minnesota. With more than 3,200 square feet of living space, the main house is completely wood-paneled, bringing a more rustic look to each room. The living room has a fireplace and arched windows, while the renovated kitchen has oak cabinets and the dining room has views of the outdoors. In total, the house has 4 bedrooms, besides 4 bathrooms, including the ensuite with double sinks and a bathtub. Outside, there are plenty of places to spend time, such as a wooden deck for celebrations and even a private lake, next to a children's playground. As reported in some portals, Lesnar bought this home in 2003 for $783,000, but ended up selling it at a loss in 2014 for only $750,000. The wrestling star's investments in rural real estate don't end there, as he also had another rural property. Located in the city of Alexandria, in the state of Minnesota, the property is surrounded by natural beauty and has a 2,800 square foot main house and other structures that make up the 40-acre lot. Completely crafted in custom wood, the residence has a unique architecture that draws attention to the customization of its environments. Among the amenities of this sanctuary are the living room with a wall full of windows and a beautiful stone fireplace in the center. Right next to it is the charming kitchen with marble countertops, which stands out for having stainless steel appliances in dark tones that create a beautiful contrast with the warm colors of the cabinets, floor, and ceiling. The dining room is equally sophisticated, and the house also has other living areas to spend time in. When it comes to the bedrooms, the house has a total of 4, each offering a lot of comfort to the residents. The bathrooms are also very luxurious, and the master bedrooms is tiled with ceramic tiles, has sinks with large mirrors and a separate shower cubicle, besides integrating a dressing room and makeup area. On the lower level, the house also has a room for events, which has a TV and includes another charming bathroom. Heading outside, there is a beautiful well-kept lawn surrounding the house, an area with a hot tub, besides a deck with a barbecue, from where you can contemplate the beauty that only a place like this can offer. Besides, there's a large renovated shed to store dozens of vehicles, as well as plenty of space to store the machines that maintain the farm. There's also a clean, modernized office where the fighter could work without leaving home. And as if all that wasn't enough, the property also includes a guest house with everything you need, which follows the same rustic style as the main property, with a beautiful kitchen and its own bathroom. And there is no concrete information that he has already sold this rustic sanctuary, but in 2020, the fighter listed the place for a whopping $850,000. Bill Goldberg is not far behind. One of the most luxurious residences he has owned, for example, is a beautiful 17-acre estate located in the Bonsall region in the U.S. state of California. Built in 1997, this charming 4,600 square foot residence is aligned on a mountain, making it even more imposing and unique. Inside, the ranch-style house has many amenities, such as a cozy living room with a TV and fireplace, which is next to a formal dining area with traditional wooden furniture. The chef's kitchen, on the other hand, has a predominance of clean colors, integrating a family room similar to the main one. There's also an office well lit by natural light, an air-conditioned gym for exercising, a billiards room for leisure days, among other things, such as 5 luxurious bathrooms. Taking a look at the property's 4 bedrooms, each has views of the garden. In the case of the master suite, you can see that it is even more spacious than the others, with French windows and its own fireplace for colder days. The master suite also integrates a beautiful bathroom with double sinks, a dark soaking tub and a glass shower cubicle. Heading outside, the property has a patio for events with a barbecue, and on the level below, there is a beautiful swimming pool, which features a lovely waterfall. There is also a spa area with its own TV, as well as a basketball court. The immense property also has areas for keeping animals, especially horses. It also has many trees that create a great natural environment for hiking, not forgetting that the residence is situated on top of a hill, which offers incredible views of the entire region. Another eye-catcher is undoubtedly the garage designed by Goldberg himself, which has enough space for 20 cars, as he is a great collector of vehicles. Without a doubt, this property is worthy of a great wrestling star. In 1999, Bill Goldberg paid around $1 million to acquire this residence, making it his main home for several years. In 2020, he decided to dispose of the property, selling it for $2.9 million. Considering the price of real estate, Bill Goldberg wins this round. Point for him. As two of the best wrestlers in the WWE, there's no doubt that they're extremely wealthy. But which one has amassed the biggest fortune? Goldberg, for example. It is not known exactly how much he earned as an American football player, but in wrestling, his salary increased as he became more famous. To give you an idea of the amounts, during the peak of his career in the ring in the late 90s, he had a contract with AOL Time Warner, WCW's parent company, in which he received $2.5 million annually, which made him one of the highest paid wrestlers at the time. And according to some rumors, this amount reached the ceiling of $3.5 million during his last year of contract in WCW. After joining WWE, it is not known how much he received at the time, but he currently has an exclusive contract that allows him to fight only twice a year in televised matches, which earn him more than $1.6 million. In addition to all this, in 2023, the Wrestling Observer newsletter revealed that Goldberg would have received around $2 million to perform in 4 matches in Saudi Arabia, totaling an incredible income of $8 million in a short space of time. In addition to earning huge sums directly as a wrestler, Bill Goldberg is a very lucrative personality who has exclusive WWE merchandise bearing his name and receives good profits from this merchandise. Now, considering the wrestler's other sources of income, his income increases considerably. It is speculated, for example, that he received more than $8.9 million for 6 of his films. And although it is not known exactly how much Goldberg's fortune is, some sources speculate that he currently has a net worth of $16 million. Brock Lesnar, for his part. Like most combat sports athletes, he has had to work hard to see his net worth increase. Although it is not disclosed how much he was paid in his early years competing for WWE and other wrestling promotions, we can estimate that his annual salaries were in the millions of dollars. As for MMA, during his time fighting in the UFC, some sources estimate that Brock Lesnar was responsible for some of its most commercially successful pay-per-view events. To give you an idea, in his fight against Alistair Overeem in 2011, it is estimated that the fighter received $3 million. When he faced Mark Hunt in 2016, Lesnar pocketed $8 million in one go, so we can imagine that his earnings from other fights were similar. After returning to the WWE in 2012, his earnings have varied over the years, but it is believed that he currently receives around $5 million a year from the company, adding up salaries and merchandise revenues, which places him among the highest paid wrestlers in professional wrestling. And the reason for his huge salary earnings is that he is one of the most consistent wrestlers who generate the most financial returns for WWE. Besides his earnings in the ring, Lesnar also profits from sponsorship deals with famous brands such as Dymatize Nutrition, Death Clutch, and others. And although it is difficult to determine the value of Brock Lesnar's fortune, some sources estimate that currently, after deducting all taxes, he has a net worth of over $20 million. And because he has a higher estimated fortune, Brock Lesnar wins this last round. At the end of this fight, we have 2 points for Brock Lesnar against 3 points for Bill Goldberg, and he is the champion. But if you think there are still other arguments to defend one of the two, write your best justification below. Hey, you like the video? So don't forget about leave your like and comment, and tell some suggestions of another videos, and hopefully we gonna do it. All about channel, deals to satisfy your curiosity.